Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kendra, and if you are new here and this is your first visit or second, welcome new friends, and if you're not new here, welcome back friends. Today I am going to make, I saw this the other day and knew I had to get it. Miss Annie's Home and Kitchen is her channel, and she's made here, this recipe is caramel apple crack pretzel salad. That's a mouthful. So I'm going to do that, and I've got all of the ingredients set out here. I'm going to need 1 cup of rough chopped pretzels. I just used mini pretzels, and I used the Snyder brand. You can use stick pretzels or any kind, just rough chop them. I'm going to need a 1/2 cup chopped pecans. I wrote on mine walnuts because I didn't know I had pecans, but I found them. So that's 1/2 cup of that. And then, let's see, you're going to need 1 cup of dark brown sugar. She didn't say dark brown, but I like dark brown, so that's what I used. I suppose you could use light, but it doesn't say. And 3/4 of a cup of melted butter, which I realize now is in the microwave. Let me go get that. Okay, so I went and rescued my butter out of the microwave. And here it is. So 3/4 cup, I used real butter. I believe it said real butter in the recipe. You'll have to look at, and I'm going to link it at the bottom so you can get her actual recipe and I won't be, taking it. Now here's my dark brown sugar. I'll mix it with the butter. And my rough chopped, or just chopped pecans. Here's my rough chopped pretzels. Then I'm going to stir that all up. I have my oven preheating right now to 400 degrees. Now I'm going to pour this into a parchment-lined baking sheet, like jelly roll size pan. And I'm going to let it bake in that 400 degrees for 7 minutes. Make sure I get everything out of here. Okay. So this is going to be the base of this salad to make a crackle. There goes the oven. We're ready. I'm going to spread it just a little. All I'm going to do with this after it's done break that clump of powdered sugar up. All I'm going to do with this after it goes 7 minutes is to crack it up and to throw it into this salad. It's not going to be a crust that has to be even with the pan. I just want it nice and well spread so that it does get crackly and done. And there's more of it. This looks really good to me. I don't eat raw. Whoops, there got man overboard. I lost a pretzel. A puppy will find that. Not puppy. I don't have a puppy. My mother just called me and asked me, did I have a dachshund puppy? Because I said on Facebook apparently that I had. Wanted, after my girls and my boys here are gone, to go back to having dachshunds like I did in the 80s, because I don't have to pay to have their hair done every 6 weeks. But I don't have a dachshund. I don't have a puppy. When I said puppy just now, let me make this clear. I meant my dogs, my adult poodles. Okay, this is going in the oven 7 minutes. Now that has just come out of the oven and it's cooling. When it came out of the oven, it had almost spread on the whole jelly roll, but there were some places that were thicker. So while it was still really pliable and hot, I took a spoon, back of a spoon, and I just kind of, gave it an evenness so that it would crackle evenly. Okay. So now I need to take, how many apples? It says 2 large to 3 small Granny Smith apples. So 3 cups worth. I have more over here. I think I'm going to pull it off with this because she said 3 to 4. So here's the first one. So I'm just going to sit here and peel these, and you guys aren't going to have to watch me do the whole thing because I bet you've peeled an apple in your day. I do have a bowl of water right here in front of me that I put a generous squirt of real lemon so that my apples wouldn't go brown while I was waiting on everything else to get finished and ready for the apples. So I'll get right back to you in a minute. Here you go. I ended up getting another apple. I think probably because my apples are all pretty small. But if it's too much, then I'll feed them to the quail, the extras, or the dogs or something. But here's about 3 cups of... Oh, here's another thing. I peeled the first one. I forgot. The recipe clearly says unpeeled. So now this will give it some color too, I suppose. I'm going to throw a towel over this because there's some on the top that aren't getting the love of that lemon juice to keep it from oxidizing, turning brown. And I'll rinse them, before I put them in, so you won't. I don't think you would anyway. But I'm going to rinse them down, and I'm going to dry them off before I put them into the actual salad. And now I'm going to go check and see how cool the crackle part is, because the next base of this is cream cheese, Cool Whip, and caramel sauce. Like ice cream caramel sauce, or the sauce you would dip apple chunks into. So you want it to be cool, not melt any of that. Well, I am not perfect in any means, but full disclosure, I'm going to try this part again. This is the crackle. This time I'm using light brown sugar instead of dark. Maybe it's because of the high molasses. It didn't work for me. And I actually crushed these pretzels like she suggested in her recipe, and I wrote to chop them roughly or something, and I needed to make more pretzel. I'm also using a smaller, she didn't say to do this, I did. I'm using a smaller cookie sheet, not even a 9x13. And I'm using non-stick foil this time because the parchment wasn't working for me. All right, we're gonna give this a shot. I hope it works. Here's the second try. That's way better, and it'll actually come off of this foil. So it's pretzels, butter, light brown sugar, and if you wonder where the nuts are, yeah, I forgot those. So here they are. We're gonna go in with the cream cheese and all of that. They're cooked, they're fine. I'm starting to get a little upset with myself. I am, so I'm back. And it's very apparent that the brown sugar needed to be light brown sugar to me, and that I needed to crunch up those pretzels much smaller than I did. So I beat them with one of those rolling pins. And then if any were real big, I didn't beat them to dust, but I got, tiny pieces. And I also made my pecans in the smaller pieces. Okay, so now I have beat up, can you see, my cream cheese and softened it. And so now I'm gonna put in the caramel sauce because it's a little thicker than the Cool Whip and I want it to get beat in real well. This has nothing to do with Annie or her recipe. This was all on me. It's a perfectly fine recipe. Go ahead and use it. So I'm going to mix this up until it's completely combined. And that was, I didn't even tell you, I sent one of the kids to the store to get ice cream caramel sauce. He couldn't find the ice cream caramel sauce, but he did find in the apple section the apple dip sauce. So this is going to, please don't make a difference. Do. Okay. I'm just going to turn you off for a minute and finish this up and get it completely mixed together. This is beautiful, and I wonder if people use this for dipping their apple chunks just as a dip, because I don't know why I never thought of this before. It looks better than the recipes I've used for fruit dip in the past, and it's mixed. Now they want me to put in a whole container. Here's another deviation. All I had was the super creamy, and I hope that doesn't make a difference. I don't know how you can make it more creamy than it already is, but it does say super creamy. So I'm going to put that in next, and I will not make you listen to that. Now it has the Cool Whip and the caramel sauce and the cream cheese, and this stands alone. This is amazing. Do yourself a favor if you don't want to make the whole salad. Just make some of this and dip your apples in it. It's heaven. It's a cloud. It's a cloud of heaven. I wanted to show you for sure. This is the caramel that I used. And they keep this in my area over by the apples in the produce section. And it was $4.99. Oh gosh, it's good. I can't taste it anymore, because there's apples in it, raw apples. And I actually carry an EpiPen for certain fruits that I cannot eat raw. I can eat cooked apples, applesauce, apple cobbler. I can't eat a regular apple. Until I realized what it was, each time I did it, it got worse. But initially it was just swelling of the lips. And then it became, my eyes swelled shut. My tongue got large, my throat swelled shut, or tried. It was bad, and so we don't want that. I carry that EpiPen for peaches, pears, apples, cherries, plums, nectarines. Don't know why. I ate them all my life, all I wanted. So I put the apples and the pecans in, and now all I have to do is fold in those yummy bits. And I put them in the fridge so they'd get hard and cold fast. Here it is, everybody. I think it turned out very, very well. Sprinkled some extra caramel on the top like Annie did on her recipe. And then I put a little to let everybody know there's apple in it. So anyway, this is my video today, and please don't judge Annie's recipe by my struggle. Sometimes I do a really good job. When I was younger, anything I made was rainbows and glitter. And now that I'm older, I tend to kind of make some mistakes here and there. So we're going to have to just deal with it here, I guess. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, I'd love it if you subscribed and I got to know you. I love to chat. I love to hear about where you're from, what you do you have a channel, you know, that kind of thing. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.